In 1852, our founders William Henry Letterman and Charles Page Thomas More had a vision: to start a fraternity based on the concept of providing service to others who are less fortunate. Phi Kappa Psi still celebrates the maxim, the great joy of serving others, over 166 years later. It is our call to action to give back, to lead an unselfish life of service to others. As we look to maximize the collective impact we can make on our communities, we believe a dedicated focus on addressing poverty issues is the best approach for living out our mission to serve others. According to the Census Bureau, poverty is defined as when a family's income is less than the family's financial threshold, which is determined by a series of factors. When you think about how poverty affects your community, several things may come to mind, such as income inequality, access to education, and affordable housing. These reasons certainly play a role with poverty, but it's even more complex. As stated by the United Way, poverty is closely tied to education and health as well as income, and can worsen circumstances that are already difficult. Changing outcomes in any of these areas will require thoughtful planning and implementation that recognizes and addresses the connections between them, and that's where we come in. In many cases, poverty is a result of a series of unfortunate circumstances that face a family when they least expect it. It is possible for many of our members, families, and friends to have experienced poverty in some fashion. Poverty does not provide special treatment. It's a phenomenon that affects many people in our communities, whether we know it or not. So what can we, as a fraternity focused on service, do about it? Luckily, there is no lack of resources in our ranks. With over 90,000 living brothers, we have the power to make a significant impact on addressing poverty issues in our communities. But to do that, it will require each of us to be curious about the specific needs in our communities and a sense of creativity to address them in today's interconnected world. There are so many ways to affect poverty in a positive way, and our community partners are working diligently to make a difference. Organizations like UNICEF, Meals on Wheels, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and numerous local organizations are taking extraordinary steps to address the issue of poverty. There isn't one single effort that can solve the problem overnight, but we can work alongside our community partners to address the root causes of poverty. For example, if we help provide quality housing for low-income families, their quality of life will improve, which will have a domino effect on other factors that create poverty. If we devote time and resources to increase access to healthy food in low-income communities, people will be healthier and more focused in critical parts of their lives, including the workplace, kids at school, and harmony in the home. If we spend our time mentoring young people or help create better environments for them to learn, grow, and have fun, our future will be brighter. Our call to action is to think about how we can combine 3 important elements of philanthropy to make the changes we desire. Community service, which involves getting hands-on with our community members, fundraising to help our community partners raise the money they need to operate at capacity, and advocacy and awareness to inspire others to be a part of the solution. It's not enough to put in the man-hours and raise the funds. We need to be passionate about our involvement and encourage others to follow our lead. We hope you're eager about the opportunity to engage in this new chapter of Phi Kappa Psi's service and philanthropy approach. We want to see every brother proactively engaged in addressing poverty. It's one thing for us to say we believe in the great joy of serving others. It's another to live it. This is our opportunity to showcase to the world that we are Phi Psis through our actions.